It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking at the Thunder, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And tonight, we get to see one of the all-time greats, Dirk Nowitzki, beloved in Dallas and really throughout the league. Kenny, what in particular stands out to you about the career of Dirk Nowitzki?
Well, just his consistency as a franchise player, and no one shot the three at that size like him. The all-time 50-win guy with the Mavericks and an NBA title.
League MVP, Finals MVP, the one-legged fadeaway, unstoppable shot. I like to call it the iron leg jumper.
And he's done it all with incredible class.
Yes.
That wraps it up for here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. The fans are making noise here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Oklahoma City Thunder getting settled in. Look at the Mavericks. They're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
You know, that's what makes these games great. I mean, no love lost between these two squads. It's great competition with a little animus sprinkled in there.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, DA. Thank you. Well, Clark, a few teams at this point in the season have battled through back-to-back games. Just how hard is that on the body to play in consecutive nights in this league?
As I recall, Kevin, it wasn't terribly difficult. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. You could either get the bad taste of a loss out of your mouth quickly by playing another game. You didn't have to really practice. There's some energy concerns, obviously, but when you're well-rested and excited about playing, you find the energy. But I do believe there's studies that show there's a greater probability for injury the more back-to-back games that you have. That's one of the reasons the league has sought to minimize the number of back-to-back games across the schedule.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis, and it's Barea in at the point guard position. Here's George, and it's off the back rim, no good. Now, here's Doncic. With some arc, and he sinks the layup. Doncic has got the game going with his first points of the game for Dallas.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 37-point game against Dallas.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And for the Dallas Mavericks last year, hard to get in transition when you can't cause turnovers.
Well, when you don't get steals and open court situations, it's hard to get easy buckets. But on the other side, they handled the ball well, didn't turn it over, actually fewest turnovers in the league. But I do think they have to become more disruptive defensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
And so Westbrook makes them both. And the Mavericks with possession. Doncic kicks to Cantor. Out to the right wing. Here's Barea. Got it. Good job in the low post.
It's hard to know what Barea is going to do in the pick and roll. I mean, he keeps the defense off balance, and not only is he an excellent passer, but he's a very good shooter out of the pick and roll, too.
Here's Abrinas. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. George against Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3-ball. Abrinas' shot is off. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Again, the Mavericks score.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Pass to Westbrook. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And, you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
Barnes passes to Porzingis. Over Grant. Pass to Doncic. Tries it from the top of the key. Westbrook pulls it in.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Abrinas, guarded by Porzingis. Abrinas kicks to Grant. Here's George. No good there. And it's Dallas the other way. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
And it's Westbrook missing.
They're cold so far, only 1 for 5 to begin this one.
That's good from Doncic on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got 6 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Westbrook, no good.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Barea against Westbrook. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by Adams.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that one's good, George.
Well, that's a smooth-looking jumper by Paul George. I mean, he's one of the more gifted scorers in the league, and there's no place on the floor where he can't hurt you.
Now, here's Barea. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Back to Barnes. Shoots a 3. The rebound by Grant. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 5. And George kicks to Westbrook. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Doncic kicks to Cantor. Now the pass to Barnes. Now here's Doncic. He's covered closely. Out to Porzingis. Clock at 2. Cantor trying to free himself up. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Grant in the post. He's against Porzingis. Outside Westbrook. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. The Thunder with another miss. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic passes to Cantor. Outside Westbrook. Feeds to Grant. Shoots from 12. The Mavericks pull it in.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Doncic. He had 16 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
And so here is Oklahoma City after Luka Doncic's miss. Lee against Westbrook. From outside the arc. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Porzingis out to Lee. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And here's a look at some numbers for Arenas. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now. You know, you look at Harrison Barnes, and the question when he went to the Mavericks was, can he carry the offense? Many thought he might just be a product of the Warriors system, which he left. Well, he answered all the questions, and it's clear that he can be the focal point of an offense.
So it's the Mavericks now, after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Lee against Westbrook. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And for Barnes, he heard the doubters when he left in free agency.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, a lot of people wondered if he could be a primary scoring option after being a complementary piece at Golden State, and he proved that he can be. Whenever he's been doubted, he's always risen to the challenge throughout his career, even going back to college. He can score the ball in a lot of different ways, and I don't think there's any question about him being an elite scorer the rest of his career.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Felicio's checked in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. Now Doncic. Paul George missing from long range. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Felton.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Felton. 8 points his last outing. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. The shot by George, no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Pass to Felicio. From deep, George. George missing again.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Here's George after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. And George, here we go. Got a hand on it.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Felton. Barnes looking around. Kicks it to Powell. From outside the arc, the putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's a 9-point Maverick lead.
Really imperative that you put a body on Nowitzki. I mean, he's just too big and talented close to the rim.
Here's Felicio, down low, and stolen by Nowitzki. Oh, and here comes Barnes, all alone. And the dunk by Barnes.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Clark, if you need to win a Game 7, and you can't have KD or LeBron, but you can have any other one player in the league, who would you pick?
Wow, if you can't have either one of those guys.
How you like that question?
There's a great list. Harden, Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard when healthy. And I think you'd have to throw Russell Westbrook in there, too, for a one-game situation where he could just go with the abandon he goes with. But I think I'm going to hang my hat with Kyrie Irving since he was part of bringing a championship to the Cavs a couple of years ago, my hometown.
Now Lee, Paul George missing from long range. On the wing, Barnes. Coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. And there it is for him. Barnes has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now, here's George. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Lee. Paul George making his last shot. To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Dallas?
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
One shot, gentlemen.
You think of all the iconic players and the shots or moves associated with them. Hard to top Dirk and his one-legged fadeaway. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox and most effective shots. And the fact that he's a 7-footer and does it that way, unique.
Now here's Nowitzki. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They lead by 14. Doncic kicks to Nowitzki. His three-pointers off the mark. And for the Thunder, they're shooting just 26% early. George with the ball. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. Over Nowitzki, and George gets it to go. George has got 6.
And George is always looking to shoot the basketball now. This young fella has a total game offensively.
Lee with the ball. Now Felton defending. Lee kicks to Powell. Pass to Doncic. Shoots over Schroeder, and Doncic gets it to go. 10 points for him.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
In the corner, it's Patterson. Drains it from beyond the arc. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Yeah, exactly. Right from the start, Greg, they were looking to get out and run, sprinting to their opportunities.
At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Felton is out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Felicio in at the 5, patrolling the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he can't get the first one. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played, and that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummings, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody.
One shot.
It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And he's one of a kind.
And there's no doubt about it, fellas. Nowitzki has firmly cemented himself as an NBA legend. A sweet shooting big man who continues to get it done.
Now, here is George. He kicks to Patterson from about 19 feet. He squares up and sinks it. Patterson's got 5.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Barea looking over the floor. Lee finds Mesri. 6 to shoot for the 3. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Lee. Nowitzki's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, he's always ready to shoot the basketball, Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, as soon as he catches the pass, he's locked and loaded and ready to go. Great confidence in his stroke.
Now, here's Patterson. He's got 5.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yes, that goes in.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The 3 from George. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 9.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
Now, here's Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Look at Oklahoma City. They're having a solid season, 5th in the conference and looking to move up. And, of course, there's the Mavericks sitting there 4 spots below.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Now here's Barnes. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Felton against Lee. With some arc, here's Patterson, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Patterson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Barea dishes to Nowitzki. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
In the corner, it's Patterson. The shot comes out, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Felicio. And it's Grant in for Paul George. And Dallas with a change here, too. Porzingis is checked in. Now here's Porzingis. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Arenas is checked in for Patterson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Here's Schroeder. Good D by Barnes.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Lee. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Inside, Barea. And Adams sends it back. Here's Arenas. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Mavericks leading by 12. To the middle. They need this one. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And checking out some numbers for Dennis Schroeder. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up 9 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Now, here's Grant. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Shoots over Mejri. And the shot is long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Barea against Westbrook. Barea kicks to Mejri. Barnes right side. Outside, Porzingis. Over Grant. Porzingis can't hit. Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Westbrook. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Mejri, the pass to Barea. Lets a floater go, and he makes that one. Barea's got his second bucket of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Porzingis finds Barea. Dallas moving it around. And here's Barnes for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Here's Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Barea, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Westbrook. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Westbrook's got 11 points.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Westbrook against Barea. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Mavericks leading by 12. And here is Lee. Out to the right wing. Barea, that's a 2-pointer. Nice shot from the wing. Barea's got 4 this quarter.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one for a teammate.
Now, here's Grant. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here is Barea. He's got 6. Over Westbrook. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Aprinas. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
He's been an absolute non-factor. 0 factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Here's Aprinas. Back to Westbrook. And it's Aprinas in the corner. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. Shoots over Grant. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Barea. And that's now 9 points for Porzingis. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 13-point game. Adams, the pass to Grant. The shot's good.
Timeout.
Grant's got 5 points so far.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Measure, and Doncic is subbed in for Lee. Here's Aprinas, and here's Westbrook from the arc. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Doncic kicks to Barea. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. A floater. It's stolen by Adams. To the inside. Nifty move. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
Back to Barea. Powell finds Barnes. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Westbrook. Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Pulls up, and he gets the jumper to drop. Westbrook's got 12 now in this quarter.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Passes it to Aprinas. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. There's the feed to Adams. Schroeder outside Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. The 11-footer. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Patterson comes in for Grant, and Paul George is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And Dallas also making a switch. Cantor checked in for Porzingis. Mavericks leading by 6. Now Barea. He's got 6, and there's the pass to Powell. And here's Barnes for 3. The rebound by Steven Adams. Oklahoma City's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. George against Barnes. Right side, Westbrook. Adams. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now just a 4-point Maverick lead.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Now here's Barea. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. 10 points for Harrison Barnes.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 19. Over Barea.
Like watching Barea get after it on defense. I mean, using his quickness. He's a real pest on this end of the floor.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here at this beautiful table. This is a beautiful table.
What is this, oak?
It is. It's, I think it's teak.
Oh, teak.
There's Shaq. There's Kenny.
Polished oak.
Teak. It's very nice. It's very nice.
You mean antique?
No, it's just teak.
Teak.
I have an antique.
We saw Dirk Nowitzki lighting it up in the first half. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Thunder?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Thunder trailing by 7. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Barea in at the 1 spot. Westbrook double team. It's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. Barnes with another miss. Here's Abrines. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Here's Westbrook. Grant surveying the D. 5 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Here's Barea. Misses off the left iron.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
George passes to Westbrook. With the teardrop, and the shot goes in. Westbrook's got 24 points.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Barnes kicks to Porzingis. The Thunder pull it in.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to this second half. Still scoreless.
And George, here we go. It's good. This game is all even. George has got 11 points.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Barea against Westbrook. Now here's Barea. He's tightly guarded. Here's Cantor. The kick out to Barnes from deep three-point range. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. The Mavericks, number 1.
And that's the way they have to play in order to win. They've got rebounders, so they've got to go after those second and third opportunities whenever they can.
Westbrook finds George. Over Barnes. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now here's Barea. 6 points for him. They could use a bucket. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
Outside Westbrook. Shoots over Doncic. Westbrook, no good. For Dallas, they've got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Here's Abrinas. In the corner, George with it. For the lead. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Adams against Cantor. Here's Doncic. A second chance effort. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. Cantor's got his first bucket of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Shoots from the high post. And it's Westbrook missing. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Doncic with it. 10 points for him. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And George kicks to Westbrook. Grant outside. For the lead. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Barnes has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Grant outside. And it's Abrinas in the corner. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Felicia's checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Alex Abrinas. Lee's checked in for the Mavericks. Grant outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Over in the corner, Doncic. Shoots from the baseline. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Doncic has got 12.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Dallas, Mejri comes in for Kanter. And it's Nowitzki in for Porzingis.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
He gets it in there.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Ball stolen. He nails it, and we're tied up. 13 points in the game.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Doncic passes to Nowitzki. Comes up empty, and he's now 5 for 8. Oklahoma City shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Out left to the wing, Patterson. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lee outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on George.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And, you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner and competes, does those little things, and, boy, he makes some big shots.
The free throw drops for Lee. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Schroeder outside. Over Doncic. And that misses everything. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 17 points was their biggest margin. Lee kicks to Barea. Knocked loose. Here's Nowitzki. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Kev, you got to wrap him up right there if you're going to try to keep Nowitzki from scoring. He's just so big and smart and skilled. You got to wrap him up. Don't let his arms get up.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And so here is Oklahoma City, trailing by 5. Feeds it to Patterson. That one goes in. Patterson's got 9.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here's Barea. 6 points for him. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Misses the 3.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Barea, no good.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
In the corner, George with it. Felicio kicks to Patterson. Outside, Felton. Clock at 6. From downtown, Patterson can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 3. And here's Barea. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Hey, Barea's not a big guy, about 5'5" at best, and because of that, you got to be tough, and he's a tough-nosed player.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
That free throw good from Barea.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
And both free throws good for Barea. Thunder trailing by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Schroeder finds George. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in L.A. for over a year. But credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
And the first one at the line is good.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Now Barea, 8 points for him. Down low, it's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Wednesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Boy, when he's in rhythm, he's a threat to score from here. Gotta D-up Powell from the mid-range.
Schroeder kicks to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Back to George. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. Pass to Patterson. Schroeder finds Patterson. 6 to shoot. And here's George for 3. A shot, no good. Good work defensively by Nowitzki. And there's a minute 45 left in the third. And stolen by Felton. Kicks to George. The fadeaway. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Lee. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Here's George. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist in this one. Mavericks leading by 5. Barea, the pass to Doncic. To the paint. That one doesn't drop. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. The shot by George, wide open. Drops in the tray. George has got 11 points here in just the second half. Barea against Schroeder. Barea kicks to Lee. Powell, the pass to Lee. Count it, and the foul. That's on Raymond Felton.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
The Mavericks have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Dallas making a switch here. Barnes is checked in.
One shot, find the lanes.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Pass to George. Over Barnes. And the miss.
Barnes is a committed defender. I mean, love how he goes all out to challenge shots.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks ahead, leading by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Mavericks leading by 5. Patterson is the 4 with Adams in the middle. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. And it's George in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Inside. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Outside, Felton. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Patterson. Here's Schroeder. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got 6 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Harris. To the middle, here's Powell. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Powell's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Mavs. Schroeder finds Adams. George against Barnes. Back to Adams. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Patterson. Three-pointer. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Raymond Felton.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Now here's Barnes. He kicks it to Nowitzki. Back to Barnes. Over George, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. Alex Abrinas comes in for George. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Dennis Schroeder. Thunder trailing by 4. Outside Felton. Back to Westbrook. To the inside. Here's Grant, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Man, I like his activity level. You think about it, the defense has to resort to fouling him sometimes to prevent him from scoring.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
And Grant drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Now here's Barnes. Bullseye.
Boy, the quick release of Barnes is really something to behold, Kevin. A knockdown mid-range shooter who strokes it with confidence.
Here's Westbrook. Outside, Felton. Now here's Westbrook. He's tightly guarded. Doncic with it. The pass to Porzingis. And Grant sends it back. Outside Westbrook. No good off the back of the rim. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Kicks it to Barnes. Shot from 16. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the wing right side. Here's Felton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Raymond Felton hits them both. The Mavericks leading. Poke loose. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Correa with it. Westbrook picks him up. Porzingis at the elbow. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Right through the D for the layup. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Adams' shot is good.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Understands his role, does his job, and he did it right there, Greg. The timing couldn't have been better.
Now, here's Cantor. Outside, Porzingis. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Grant. Felton feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. And it's Abrines in the corner. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
You know, Greg, I think that might have been intentional. It perhaps was not an accident because he's typically not the guy that's taking that shot at this stage of the game.
It's stolen by Adams, pushing it up to take the lead, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Paul George is checked in for Oklahoma City. And the free throw, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Fires top of the key. And J.J. Barea the bucket on the assist by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his third assist on the night. Outside, George, right wing. And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's J.J. Barea with the 3. And now a 4-point Maverick lead. Westbrook finds Adams. Grant outside. Inside, here's George. And George with the stuff.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Now here's Barea, and Adams sends it back. Down low, Abrines the pass to George, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Porzingis against Adams. It's stolen by Adams. Left side, Westbrook. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Russell Westbrook. 6 to shoot. A nice shot by Barea. And here's Westbrook. Over Barea. That's short off the rim. For Dallas, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Barnes kicks to Doncic. Back to Barnes. Stolen by George. Pass to Abrines. Outside, George. Here's Grant. A three-pointer, no good. Dallas shooting here about 46% for the game. Porzingis finds Barea. Knocks it loose. And George, here we go.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to.
Here's Barea. Pass to Porzingis. Here is Barea. Back to Porzingis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, Porzingis plays with such fearlessness. I love that about him. And he's also a big guy with some agility and endless range. This guy has in-the-gym range, if anybody has that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the stripe.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Outside, George misses the 3.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now, here's Westbrook. Out left to the wing. Abrinas' shot is off.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Porzingis, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Shooting 1.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's a 5-point game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
It's Westbrook with the drive. That one goes. Count it. Westbrook's got 11 in the second half.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Correa, the pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Grant. It's hauled in by Adams. Oklahoma City has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's George. Sweet little floater. And now just a 1-point Dallas lead.
Hey, when you've got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Westbrook against Barea. Here's Cantor. That one a little long. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shot.
Good on the first, and that ties the game up. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
Outside, Porzingis. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Now, Doncic, 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 15 here tonight. To the inside, here's Grant, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Thunder lead by 3.
You know, Brandon's the kind of guy that doesn't back away when things get tight. I mean, he always is ready to score if the opportunity is there.
To end the run, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists tonight.
And how about the execution, really when it matters most? He knew he had the height advantage and just got the job done. No need to pass in that situation. This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Now here's Porzingis. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it. They're having a lot of trouble dealing with Russell Westbrook. He's a handful.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 3. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 38 seconds left in the 4th. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Adams. Money!
Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 3. 27 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Doncic. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Shot from the wing. Westbrook pulls it in, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
No time to waste at all. Got to let it go fast.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Hey, I think that should do it. Got to give him credit. He came through when it mattered most.
And here's Porzingis for a three. Buries it from outside.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 2. 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Boy, a chance to tie it up with the game on the line. This is what we live for. I want to see what happens right here.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.